What's going on, guys? This is Adam Oduemi with Uprise Real Estate Partners. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little hurt right now. Why? Because the United States government essentially told its citizens that we love the airline industry more than we love you, that we love the banking industry more than we love you, right? That essentially we love and we're willing to bail out and be Uncle Sam to these large corporations and these industries that, help prop up our economy, then we love our citizens, the people that actually make it up. And why do I say that? So for those of you that don't know, okay, some of you individuals have already gotten stimulus checks from the government, aka your Uncle Trump, right? Because apparently he's putting his, when they mail checks out, he's putting his name on it. But anyway, apparently some people have already gotten stimulus checks, right? So that's money given to the American population. Not that it's going to change your life or anything, but it's money given to you in case just to help you out, right? Just to make sure the economy doesn't just stop, to either help you out in terms of paying your rent and things and your mortgage and things of that nature, or to help you out in terms of just being able to buy groceries, food, and other things that you normally buy, right? Well, $1,200 or however much you got is not enough to sustain you if you do not have a job, if you're not able to find work or have work. And so the government came out in the same stimulus package, came out for programs, both grant and loan programs for small businesses to be able not to take a trip, not to take a cruise, but to stay in business, number one, and number two, to keep people employed, right? The government's thinking if we print some more money and we give money out to some small business owners and we help them survive this, however long it's going to be, whether it's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, however long it is, if we can help them survive it, and if we can convince them, aka we can convince them to not lay too many people off, then whenever we get through with this coronavirus thing, we can easily come right back up and move forward like nothing's wrong, right? And all I got to say to that is wrong. What ended up happening? So there were many programs that we applied to as a business. The EIDL program. There was local grant and loan programs to take advantage of. There were other federal loans programs to take advantage of. Recently, you may have heard news about the PPP program, and all these programs and grants and loans and all this kind of stuff was basically capital from the government saying, hey, we're going to help you guys out because we know if small businesses fail, our economy fails. Like, understand, guys, small businesses make up 50% of the employment in our nation, right? I think it's like just under 50%, right? So it's a big deal, right? Like, you really want to make sure that the small businesses in this country do well because it allows you and your family and your friends and your community to do well as also, right? So, what's crazy is for weeks and weeks and weeks, we've heard one thing and we see another, right? First, we hear, oh, this one grant program, I'm sorry, not your grant program, the EIDL program, once you apply for this, if you just apply and get denied, you're going to be able to get a grant for up to $10,000. Notice what I just said, up to $10,000. When they first came out, it said we'll receive a grant of $10,000. So you had businesses saying, great, this makes sense. If I apply for this loan, even if I get denied for the loan, the government will give me $10,000, and $10,000 is not something that's going to take care of me for a month, but maybe $10,000 will allow me over the next 3 months, 4 months to keep an additional employee, to not lay off anybody right now, to allow ourselves to have our doors stay open. Or if we do have to close for a month or month and a half, to be able to come back into business once all the restrictions are lifted, right? That was the thinking. Then all of a sudden, about a week and a half ago, we hear about some SBA on the Northeast saying, oh wait, it's not 10,000, it's up to 10,000. Okay, what do you mean by that? It's not up to 10,000. It's up to 10,000, but 1,000 per employee. What are you talking about? That wasn't in the stimulus package the way it was written. That's not in the documents. But all of a sudden, We get told one thing, and then what actually happens is something totally different, right? And so now we're from, hey, we're going to have this relief for you for this loan program, but even if you get denied for the loan, we got this $10,000 package that's going to be able to help you stay in business. Guys, we're not talking about buying some shoes, buying some food. We're talking about running operations, paying people's payrolls, right? So first it was $10,000. And here's the crazy thing. On the application, it said, what did it say? Would you like to receive your $10,000 grant in advance? In advance. It was a button that you click that said you'll get your $10,000 in advance and you'll get it within 3 days of filling out the application. Not reviewing your application, not once we get some things in order. Receiving the $10,000 within 3 days of you doing the application. Wrong. Okay. Then some of you, if you're connected, you may heard some small business owners complaining over the last week and a half or 2 weeks about the PPP program. Supposed to be this program where it's a loan, but if you use this loan to help people stay hired, not lay people off, pay payroll, pay your lease or your mortgage for your building, and you do it to basically take care of the business and take care of your people in the company, there's a possibility that it could be forgiven in the future. So everyone was like, heck yes, because the last thing a lot of us want to do as business owners is take on more loan, take on more debt just to stay in business. And then once the coronavirus is lifted, now while things kind of trickle back in, or some businesses where their doors are closed, now the doors are open. Now they got this debt they got to take care of and pay, right? So small business owners love the idea of having a loan that was forgivable if we use it for appropriate things. Awesome, let's do it. And what happens? Everyone says, oh, this such and such Friday will be the first day you're able to apply. There's all the things you want to do. Okay, great. Make sure you have this in order, this in order, this in order, this in order. Okay, great. Let's do it. What ends up happening on that Friday? The only bank I saw doing applications that Friday morning was Bank of America, Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, a whole bunch of other banks, both large community and local banks. We're not even ready. You went to their websites and the website said, we just ain't ready to take applications, or we're just still trying to get information from the government as far as how this is supposed to go. AKA, we don't have any incentive to really do this because we're not going to make any money if it's a forgivable loan. So where do we make our money? So we need to have some more discussion with the government, essentially, right? And it was a disaster because even Bank of America that was taking applications that morning, there were so many complaints that their own customers were getting denied because they didn't have a business loan with them, or they didn't have a business credit card with them, even though they had a business checking account with them and a savings account with them. It was crazy. And so then you have a whole bunch of small business owners who are left out, us included, where it's like, hold up, we can't even apply for this thing, right? And with being a part of multiple companies, even some of my other partners were like, hey, how can we apply for this thing? It's like, we can't. Even though it's all over the news about how we're going to get relief, even though it's all over the news about how there's programs being put in place, even though every politician, both Republicans and Democrats, are patting themselves on the back and saying we did a good job, we're helping the American people. Wrong. So here's the thing to top it off. Not only does it take an extra week or two for banks to finally start processing, and I'm not even processing, taking applications for the PPP loan. Not only does it get to the point where everyone's realizing that we were bamboozled and we ain't getting no $10,000 3 days after we filled out the application for the EIDO, and everyone's just waiting 3 weeks just having heard nothing, just for application to get processed. All of a sudden, we start hearing that the money's gone. What do you mean? The money's gone. The money's gone. I got a call earlier this week for a local grant, Bexar County grant program, and they called me earlier. They said, "Hey, you got denied for the grant." I'm like, "Why did you get denied for the grant?" They're like, "It's because of this reason." I'm like, "That doesn't even make sense. Like, I sent you the information, and if you need more clarity, here you go." well, actually, the money's actually kind of already gone, so we'll just go ahead and deny you, but we'll try to consider you for the loan. I didn't say I wanted the loan. I said I wanted the grant. What do you mean? And what's crazy was myself and other people, we applied like the first day. So how do you apply the first day and the money's out? Okay, that's one thing. Then news just came out, I believe late last night or early this morning, that money for the EIDL and money for the PPP is out. All of a sudden, never heard anything from Wells Fargo weeks prior about the PPP and applying for it. Never heard anything from other banks about the status of your application and other agencies about the status of your application and reviewing stuff. But all of a sudden, they're real quick to say, oh, hey, just to let you know, by the way, there's no more money. So sorry, we can't help you out at this time. Right? And understand this, guys. They had put the time on this. They had put that they were going to take applications until like the end of June. We ain't even out of April yet. And you ran out of money in this $2 trillion stimulus package. And what's crazy is I was like, hold up, this doesn't make no sense. Because when I look on TV, I don't watch that much TV, but when I look on TV, a lot of these politicians try to make themselves sound smart. So I'm like, how could you run out of money not even getting past 3 weeks out? And I'm a business owner. I know other business owners, and I know they haven't received any assistance. I haven't received any assistance. So what's actually happened during this time? So I made a phone call today to someone, and you know what they told me? They said there's 30 million small businesses in America. 30 million. Let me make sure I get my number. I'm sorry. Make sure I get my numbers right. There's 30 million. Yep, 30 million small businesses in the United States. Only 3.5 have been serviced. I said, oh, wait, say it again? She said, well, what'd you ask me? I said, I asked you how the money ran out so quick. Did the government not really do their math? Which I doubt. Or did they make it sound like they were going to give us a loaf of bread, but really they just give the economy 2 slices of bread just to keep us happy for right now so people don't start rioting and stuff like that, and just to give us crumbs until things kind of progress. And she said, I don't know, but what I can tell you is there's 30 million small businesses in the United States, and only 3.5% have been served. So essentially, just over like a couple like 1 million, 2 million have actually been served, because she told me 3.5%, but then she told me no, actually only about 1 million have been served. Only 1 million have been served out of 30 million. And these things were created to help protect or to bring relief to small businesses. Yeah, I think even if you forgot to carry the one, that's a big ass gap. So something is not going right. Or should I say something's going right according to a plan that we're not being told. We got to keep it real, guys. Let me ask you guys this question, and then go back to my point from the beginning. Do you think American Airlines is not going to get all the money that the government said there's enough relief for them to get? Do you think the banking industry, the automotive industry, the oil industry, all these big corporations, these industries that are asking for bailout money that comes from us, do you think that they're going to be shorted money? Or do you think Uncle Sam just says how much you need? Okay, that's how much you need? Okay, that's how much we'll give you with these stipulations, right? But to its citizens, they say, this is how much you'll get. This is the relief that you'll have. These are the resources that will be given to all of you. But then in the future, it's, oh, sorry, ran out. American Airlines need a little bit more money. Delta need a little bit more money. Boeing need a little bit more money. Right? Ford might need a little bit of money. Let's keep it real, guys. So I want to say this, guys. On Saturday nights, my wife and I, we do prayer. We do prayer Saturday night. We try to be encouraging to one another. It's just a place of community to support one another during these times. Let's keep it real. These are hard times right now. If you've been hearing my mantra, we are built for this, right? Uprise Real Estate Partners, my family, we're built for this, but nevertheless, it's still hard times. And so it's a great place where we're just honest and transparent with one another, talk about the things that any of us may be struggling with, and we pray, right? We get with it, right? We ain't here just to complain, but we pray for support and strength and guidance and wisdom and protection during these times, right? And so one thing I've been saying recently is, who do you have your hope in? Where's your hope, and who do you have your hope in? So, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. It would have been great, and I had the mindset of applying for all these different programs and all these different opportunities to get some relief, just in these times, because even though we're still operating and still working during this season, who knows what's going to happen 2-5 months from now, things of that nature, right? And so it would have been great to get those things of relief. It would have provided a sense of security. But guys, how many times has man failed you? How many times has the government not lived up to what they said they were going to do, right? And so, guys, I hope that each of you are putting your hope in things that can't be shaken, right? That things that can't be shaken. So what's going to happen now? Congress is probably going to get together, talk about finding ways to get more money. It might take another 2-3 weeks. We'll see what happens with that. But here's my biggest thing, guys. Did they really not do enough math? Like, come on now. Both the Democrats and the Republicans, you know how many small businesses are in America? You have connection with the IRS to know what the average payroll cost is for small businesses in America. You're able to see, again, with the IRS, what the average expenses for a small business is on a monthly basis. And you mean to tell me y'all didn't calculate how much that would be to get people through 1 month, 2 months, to not start laying people off? Right? So it is what it is. But I just wanted to say this and tell you guys and share this with you, because you may not know what's going on. You may not know how it's affecting you and everyone else. And so I say this not from a place of negativity, but I say this in terms of a place of, we got to stick together. We got to stick together. Stick together with your fellow man. Stick together with your family. Stick together with your friends. Stick together with your neighbor, right? We got to support each other. We got to help each other, because we cannot rely on a government that loves industries more than it loves us to have our backs, right? So let's have each other's backs. We're here at Uprise Real Estate Partners. We love you guys. If there's anything we can do to support you, anything we can do to lift you up in prayer, to support you, to connect you with any resources that you need, please let us know. We're here for you guys. And see you on the other side. Let's keep it going.